Hey, what's going on? It's Chad, and this is how you can stop letting negative people like affect your success and like keep you back. Because, well, real quick, if you take the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and you add up how much of the money they make, and then you divide that by 5, that's how much money you make, right? And so you have to start getting around more successful people. So how do you do that, right? For one thing, networking and getting into businesses with people that are like-minded. If you're interested, you click the link or one of the banners if this is on my blog, and you can take a look at what we're doing here. So that's a right hook real quick. Anyways, so, but for the content here, how do you get rid of the people that are super negative in your life? And so one, you have to do this is you have to make a list of the people that you spend the most time with. And so you make that list and you can kind of rank them on how easy would it be just to get rid of them, right? To just get them out of your life. So that's like one option. And so some people in your life, that's easy to do, right? If it's a friend that you're not getting any benefit from being around and they're just really negative and they're just there, and really the only reason you spend time with them is because you don't have anybody else to spend time with, then that's easy. You just get rid of them, right? You stop spending time with them and you know that you can just cut them out of your life. Then it gets a little bit more interesting when you start looking at friends that are a little bit closer. Maybe maybe you go to the gym with them, or maybe you go to, maybe you are in a social circle with them and they're just around, right? And you have to be it's like you're going to see them, or at work, right? People that you work with and stuff like that. And so how do you deal with them? So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can limit the frequency of how often you see them, right? And so this all comes down to is you have the ultimate say on who's around you, who spends time with you, and because you can always up and leave, you can always go do something else. You can always, and a lot of times what people do is they would rather be around people that are negative and people that are just sucking their life away instead of being alone. And so you have that choice of, you can basically be alone, go somewhere else, and not have to be around these people. You have that choice. So for one, you have to come to that realization that you have control over who you can be around and who you're not around. So the frequency, how often do you see these people, right? So maybe it's like you don't have to see them 4 times a week, but like maybe you do have to see them 1 time a week, right? And so you can cut down the frequency that they're around or you're around them, and that will cut down on the effect that they have on your state, because state control is really important, and your energy level, right? How energetic you are. It could be like a emotional suck on you from being around people like this. And so that's one thing. The next one is the amount of time you're spending time with them. So maybe it's a family member or something, and you usually spend like hours with them, where you could really just, hey, what's up? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then just go on to your own, move on to your thing, right? And so the amount of time that you spend with them is really, really important, because the more time that you're with them, the more that they're having that effect on you. They can suck your energy down and all that stuff, right? Okay, next one is you can actually control people's behavior around them. So if they start complaining and you just change the subject or you just get up and leave, or you basically start talking positive about that person. Say they start gossiping about somebody, and then you just start talking positive about them, they will kind of eventually they will just stop talking negative around you, right? They don't get the benefit from, because a lot of what reason people do that, they want you to jump in with them. And so if you don't jump in with them, they will just stop doing that around you, or they'll just stop coming around you. That's another option. They'll just stop being around. And one of the things I found is if you're, and they say this in The Secret, right? And this is really, really the truth. If you're vibrating at a certain energy level, you can't, like, people that are like at a negative energy level, they cannot be around you. It will drive them freaking nuts. And so if you're just on that energy level, like a higher energy level, and you're just really, really, really excited and really just motivated and really just inspired, you, like, negative people just can't be around you. It doesn't work out, right? And this is the one, okay, so the one that I have not brought up is actually confronting them, right? And basically, you can essentially do this, is you can threaten all these other things, but like not threaten, but like really like say, you go to them and say, hey, you know, Uncle Jim, you know, I really appreciate you, and like I want to be able to spend time with you, but you're just always complaining, or you're really just negative, or you, I don't like how you talk about other people, or something like this. And I'm either going to, you know, just stop being around you at all. I'm just going to delete you from my life. I'm going to cut down the amount of time that I spend coming around you, or the the amount of time that I do. If I come by, I'm just going to be like, hey, what's up? You know, how's everything going? And then I'm out. Or I'm just, you know, I'm just going to basically just start changing the subject. And if you don't get the hint, then you're going to get one of these other ones. And so that's something you just have to do. You have to set those boundaries with people and be able to let them know that you're not going to accept their behavior. And there's a book, it's an amazing book, and it's actually kind of hardcore for a Dr. Wayne Dyer book, but it's so Wayne Dyer, and it's like back, it has to be back from like the 70s or so, and it's called Pull Your Own Strings, and it's all about not letting people like run you over. A lot of people, they'll let people just run their life and control what's going on around them, and the environment and what they do. A lot of times what you say is like, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. The only thing you have to do is die, right? You don't have to pay taxes. You can go to a tax evasion place, right? They have these like camps where they're set up and they don't pay taxes, and you don't have to like spend time with your family. You can just leave. It's really just comes down to what is the thing that you want more, right? And so I appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully you got some value from this video, and talk to you soon.